Hey guys, real quick before you get into the video, I've noticed that the audio quality is quiet. I do apologize. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting a new mic for you guys, so you guys can enjoy better quality audio on this channel. So again, I apologize. Please enjoy the video, like it if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys, or just I'll see you at the end of the video. All right, guys, Sanch here. Welcome back to another episode. We're just going to be sitting here. We're going to talk about some news in bodybuilding. So if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start off with Dexter Jackson. So recently, Dexter Jackson announced on his Instagram story that there was a strong possibility that he was ill with the very specific illness that's going on right now, that's pretty much shutting down the world. You know what I mean, but I'm not going to say the words. But there's a huge chance, a very good chance, that he had that illness during the Mr. Olympia. If you have seen that footage, he mentions that he had it for about 3 weeks now, and that almost lines up perfectly with the Olympia. So the question that people are asking, and the question that I ask you guys, the fans of bodybuilding, is did he get it while he was there, or did he have it? Did he know that he had it, or like I said, did he get it when he was there at the Olympia? That's a good question. Very interesting results, very interesting outcome would come from that depending on the results. If he got it when he was there, it's not something he can control. And moving forward, recovering, kudos to him. We wish a speedy recovery regardless. But if he had that illness and he still competed, that's a very big black eye on his character. I don't think Dexter Jackson is someone who would do that, so I'm going to assume that he did get the illness while he was at the Olympia. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, and if you guys have any reasons to not like Dexter Jackson, one of the the winningest bodybuilder of all time. From what I know and from what I've seen, he's a very good person. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that story. Let's move into the next one. Shanique Grant, two-time Olympia champion in her category. She recently lost. A lot of people were saying it's because of conditioning. I would agree. Looking at the footage, watching the Olympia as I did when I watched it live, she did look like she had less or not as good conditioning as last year. Typically, Shanique Grant is known for her conditioning, very sharp, very crazy physique, the flows of her physique with the insertion points and whatnot is a very pleasant, a very beautiful physique, and something, in my opinion, a physique that could last a very long time and have a very long reign. Unfortunately, the conditioning was not as good as the winner, Sarah Villegas, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. Sarah came in absolutely diced to the bones and diced to the socks, right? Diced to the socks. She was very conditioned, and a lot of people saw her winning, including the judges. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. I know Dave Palumbo over on RX Muscle was absolutely flabbergasted, absolutely bewildered that Shanique Grant lost the Olympia. And then I don't see it. Her conditioning was not as good. Her shape might be better, but it looks like the Olympia, the judges, Steve and all the other people there, they're looking for conditioning. They're looking for really sharp physiques. They're not looking for mass monsters. And if you look across all the Olympia winners in all the classes, you can tell that they're going for conditioning, just as they went with Sean Roden back in 2018. And then Brandon Curry, these are guys that have really good conditioning. Well, for the most part, right? With Brandon Curry in 19? Yeah, not so much, but still, good enough to win. He can't do anything about the conditioning of other competitors, so I need to be better about not critiquing Brandon Curry as much as I do. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that story. Let's move into the next one. I saw some footage. I saw some footage of Kevin Levrone training. And again, RX Muscle was talking about the possibility of Kevin Levrone coming back and competing on the stage again. Now, if you don't remember, the last time we saw him, he had a special invite to compete in the Mr. Olympia, and he placed dead last. The legs did not grow; they did not come back as great as they were before he retired. The upper body looked absolutely fantastic. I think the conditioning could have been better, but it is what it is. Do I think, that's the question I'll ask you guys as well, is do you think Kevin Levrone is coming back to compete in 2021? Do you think he's going to be stepping on a pro stage in a competitive capacity, not guest posing, not special invite type thing? Well, I mean, you don't have to get special invites to compete at the IFBB, or an IFBB Pro show, but I don't see it. I think that he is staying strong and fit to promote his supplement company and other business endeavors that he's involved with, but I don't see him competing in 2021. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. Always comment below what your guys' thoughts are. I'd love to hear it. And make sure you guys are subscribed, or at least following me on Instagram. I do post a lot more content, a lot more frequently, and I'd like to get the fans' engagement, the fans of bodybuilding. I'd like to get your guys' engagement and your thoughts on certain topics before I even come out with these videos. It would help me out a lot, and it would make the quality of these videos a lot better. Another question for 2021 is, will Phil Heath be competing in 2021? I saw Nick Strength put out a video talking about, I didn't watch the video obviously, but I did see him talking about it. I don't think Phil Heath is going to be coming back in 2021. Prove me wrong in the comments sections, but there's no reason for him to come back. The only thing I would say is that he would want to win an Arnold Classic, or the Arnold Classic Ohio. That's not something he's been able to do. He never needed to. So I don't even see him coming back for that. His midsection was still questionable. After looking at the really high definition photos that came out after the Olympia, I don't see him coming back and competing as something that would be beneficial for his career. He's got a lot of different coals in the fire in terms of business, and I don't think it would be very beneficial for him unless he competes at Dwayne Johnson's show, that the Athleticon, whatever they want to call it. That would be maybe something he would get paid heavily to do, to promote that show and create engagement and get the other bigger pros to that show. That is a possibility, but besides that, I don't see him competing. And lastly, I want to talk about the 2021 IFBB/NPC competitive season and what shows we know are going to be going on and what shows we know have been pushed back or postponed. So obviously the IFBB Pro season typically starts with the I always thought it started with the Arnold Classic, but it looks like this year the Arnold Classic Ohio is being pushed back. The date has not been announced. Obviously, from my last video, we are still waiting for Sean Ray to announce. I don't know why he's the only one who knows, unfortunately, but I will take the bullet. I will take the hit for you guys, and I will continue to follow him and his business, Digital Muscle Media, and get that update for you, so you guys do not have to watch his content. But after the Arnold Classic, it looks like the Indy Pro is going to be the next show. Obviously, last year the Indy Pro was canceled, and the year before that, 2019, Steve Kukla won it, and then Akeem Williams, and then RIP Luke Sandow was in that top four. So, are we going to see Steve Kukla compete at the Indy Pro this year? I think he would be a favorite to win depending on who shows up. And like I said in the last video, I'm not a hater of Steve Kukla. I think he's a fantastic athlete, a fantastic bodybuilder. Just comparing him against other people, that's how it lined up. That's how those comparisons worked. No disrespect, obviously. And I'd love to have him on the show. If you guys know Steve Kukla personally and you guys can get him on this show, I'd love to do an interview with him. But after the Indy Pro, we do have the Cali Pro, May 22nd. It looks like Totoro has joined us, so that's always fun. What was it? The Cali Pro is going to be May 22nd. Now they have that in LA, and I'm kind of wondering, are they going to move that to Florida like they did with a lot of shows? They did that with the Tampa. Well, I mean, the Tampa Pro's in Florida, but they moved the New York Pro, and they moved the Olympia to Florida last year in 2020. So, the way things are going in 2021 would definitely suggest that lots of shows would be moved to Florida, or potentially a state that would work with competitive sports and getting venues. So, do I see that happening? I definitely do. And then after that, we have the Puerto Rico Pro. That one was canceled last year. That's going to be June 19th to 20th. And then lastly, and I'll leave you with this one, the New York Pro. I'll leave the link in the description. Go ahead and check out the calendar for the 2021 competitive season in the IFBB. But look through it. Maybe I didn't see it, but it looked like the New York Pro was not on that list, and I was very confused, as the New York Pro is one of the premier shows, one of the big shows. You got the New York Pro, you got the Chicago Pro, you got the Tampa Pro. Those are three huge shows, and then kind of everything else kind of trickles down from there. I'm wondering if that's canceled, or maybe it's just a typo where they didn't include it. I'd love to hear in the comment sections below what you guys think about that. Did you see it? Do you know something? I know there's a lot of insider information. A lot of people, money gets handed around for these type of stories, and unfortunately, for someone like me, a nobody on Instagram, on YouTube, just a fan of the sport, trying to get you guys information, I don't have that privy. So if you guys know something, share it in the comment sections below. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, whatever it is. It's not really bodybuilding news, but it's just quick updates on what's going on in the IFBB and bodybuilding in general. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos exactly like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you guys like about this format. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Follow me on Instagram. Lots of content coming out on Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next one.